Okay, would you rather be with annoying people at all times, or would you rather stay alone for the rest of your life?
Pass.
No, you have to choose one. You started doing the mountaineering.
Yes.
What exactly were you doing in that industry?
A porter.
A porter. What does a porter do? How was your transition? How was your landing here?
So, okay, when I landed here, I went and started becoming the security in that company. I came to know the owner of the company is the father of the guy.
Hey, what's up guys? Saseni karibuni and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Shiro Wadome. Now you guys, today is the day that the Lord has made, and so we shall rejoice and be glad in it. You know, just waking up every morning, breathing in and breathing out, that is a reason enough to thank God. You guys, how are you doing? Long time. Now we are back to our story time where we do inspiring stories. Now guys, probably this is your first time, or this is the first time you're seeing me. Now let me tell you what to do here. In this channel, we do life in the most positive way possible. It's all about positivity, guys. It's all about learning and hearing from other people's stories and experiences, and what you can learn, kimbia nayo. Okay, so what you can learn, run with it. Now we are back. So the guest that we're having right now, you guys, you're not even ready. Have you seen the delicacies that this guy makes? Have you seen them? I don't know. You guys are not ready, but let's hear him. Let's go see him all the way to Sharjah, you guys. Sharjah is one of the Emirates, so that's where we're going right now. And guys, I really hope that you will learn something out of it. Sawa. So guys, see you on the other side. Ciao. Karibu kwenye mji wa Sharjah. Welcome to this side. Hey, what's up guys? Sinimwambia kwenye nawaleta. I know you've seen this face. You've seen it somewhere, right? Sindio? We are here. Leo Mutura is a must. We are going to be making together. We'll see what happens. Go into details. I know you people want to know how does this happen? Is it the same Mutura I know from the other end? I'm not. This one is for Maju, you guys, and he's going to be telling us in details how he does it, and we also need to know him. Sindio, karibu sana. Hi.
Hey, hi.
Good. Bolt mwenyewe. Yeah, so guys, this is Bolt. Atatuambia ametoka wapi. Bolt, tell us, where are you from?
Well, first let me introduce myself by my names that my mother gave to me.
Actually, it's his introduction.
So, my names are Charles, Otukia, Wandia. Wandia is my mom's name. And Bolt is the household name that everybody knows. I'm from Nanyuki, Kenya.
Nanyuki.
That is where I am planted. Yes.
Great. Bolt is from Nanyuki. We're going to call him Bolt. That's what we all know him as a name. Sindio? So Bolt, you're from Nanyuki. And I think it's time now we get to know Bolt in details. Sindio? So Bolt,
Yes.
umetuambia kwenyu ni Nanyuki.
Okay.
Tell us, what were you doing before you came to Dubai?
Before when I came to Dubai, I used to be a mountaineer.
Oh, mountaineer.
But before going to the mountains, I used to work with my grandfather. My grandfather had a bookshop in Arumoro. But that's not where I began. I started with working with the homegrown company when I finished my O levels. After that, after 2 years, I joined with my grandfather in a bookshop. I worked with my grandfather for around 7 years. So, and by that time I was like, I called myself a little bit a meeting, and I was like, Bolt or Chuck, is this what you want in life? You are working with your grandfather. For instance, today, your grandfather maybe he might die. What do you think? Are you going to be in this shop again? Because my grandfather, he had his sons, but he had entrusted me with his business, with everything. So I was like, if today my grandfather will die, what will happen? What will happen to me? So I was just like, I need to do something. So first of all, I decided to try a business. I started taking cabbages from Narumoro to Mombasa. Then at that time I went at a very big loss, so I stopped this business.
You're like, hey, business is not for me.
Yeah, then I was like, no. Okay, then I started mountaineering. You know, like in Narumoro and Nanyuki, this place is where tourists normally comes, and we have Mount Kenya.
Oh yeah.
And most of the people who are in Nanyuki, you might find most of the guys there are guide and all porters. So I decided to go and start the hard way.
So Bolt, you started doing the mountaineering.
Yes.
What exactly were you doing in that industry?
In this industry, we normally have a lot of progression. First, you have to be a porter. Then you have to you go to like a guide or a cook. So
what? Porter.
Yes.
And then guide and then cook. Which comes first?
Yeah, first you have to be a porter.
A porter. What does a porter do?
A porter does is carrying the luggages.
Okay. For the people that you're taking to the mountain.
You're taking up to the mountain.
Wow.
So this is what I used to do. I used to carry luggages for the clients. And in this, I learned the route as well. So when you go by, you learn the route, and you know, and also you learn about first aid and all these things. You can't just be a guide.
Yeah.
So you have to have a progression. You have to have some training as well. And it's not only that you are going to have training, then you are going to be a guide. No. So you have to learn it. You have to learn through.
This is something that comes with time. The more you're doing it, the more you get experience.
Yes, it's not that you are going just to go one day
and you know everything.
Yes.
There's quite a lot to learn.
Yes.
So for how long did you do that?
I did it like a year. I was a porter like maybe let's say like 2 months, because we used to go down and forth.
What?
Because like in the mountain you have to go for like, there is clients that normally go 3 days, there is 4 days and 6 days as well. Wow. And in mountain also there is very different routes. There is Narumoro route, there is another one, Sirimon, and also the Meru. So I used to do all these routes.
Wow.
And in that's where when I was doing mountaineering, and that's where my journey to Dubai started.
What? Now you're there, uko kwa mountains, Narumoro, you're going up.
Yes.
How did you know about Dubai?
One time, I remember very well, there was a group that we have taken to Mount Kenya, and this group, it was called a World Challenge. A World Challenge is whereby you give your children to this group. Then these children, you as a parent, you don't have any communication with them, so they have to learn. It's like they are in training. So for us, we are their guides. And that time, I was introduced by the company that I was working in. That time I was a porter come guide. So I remember the owner of the company, when he was introducing us, he was like, "You guys, I know something. I want to tell you something." if any problems arises in the mountain, I have one man here who normally comes very handy. You have Chuck here, you have Charles, who normally comes very handy. So if any problem you have, just go approach him and he'll be of help. So that's where my journey to Dubai started. Then our journey started, and then at that time is where I spotted one guy who was he was quite let's say he was huge a little bit, so he could not move with the pace.
Okay.
Like,
was he part of the people you were guiding?
Yes. Actually, they were students. Yes, they were from Dubai American School.
Ah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So when we took them to the mountains, there is this one guy, I took care of him very much. And when we are coming down, because I was left all alone with him, because we cannot risk the whole group.
Yeah.
So I was left with him on the top of the mountain, coming down with him, and it was at night.
What?
And that time, there is a risk of buffaloes and all this. So that time we came talking with him, and he was like, Charles, do you really want to come to Dubai one day? And for me, I was like, I told him, okay, maybe one day I'll come.
Yeah.
And then he asked me, Charles, can you tell me how much tip do you want me to give? And please tell me in dollars.
What?
Yes, I was like, oh, my problem, oh God.
The problems have come to an end.
They have come to an end today. Then I was like, well, for the tipping, this is something that normally comes from personal heart.
Yeah.
I cannot dictate to you what to give to me.
Exactly, yeah.
So I was like, whatever you are going to give to me, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
And he was like, Charles, I don't have much money to give you. And he gave me $20. And I was happy with it.
Yeah, of course.
But when I went down with him, I found like all people were waiting for me. The teachers were waiting for me with the guy. And I was the man of the moment at that time.
Oh, wow.
I was given a huge, huge tip.
Oh.
I think I was given like $500 as a tip.
This gives me goosebumps. So imagine from Ushago and then you have like $500 just like that.
Yes.
Wow.
This is what happened. And then from that, the guy came to Dubai. And let's say thanks to Zuckerberg from Facebook. Because this guy, he searched for me in Facebook.
Yeah, he got you.
He got me and was like, Charles, this is so-and-so. Actually, his name is Abdullah. He was like, Charles, this is Abdullah, the guy you are with in the mountain. Can you please accept my friendship? Then I accepted. And from that time, he was like, Charles, I want you to come to Dubai.
Oh, wow.
I was like, what type of a job do I come to do to Dubai? He told me, I normally see a lot of people in Dubai, black people, they are securities and this. And for me, in my lifetime, I never thought of being a security.
Yeah.
I was like, security? And then at that time, there was this post-election violence in Kenya.
Yeah.
So there were no tourists coming anymore. So there was problems in Kenya here and there.
Yeah.
Like even putting food on the table was problem.
Yeah.
So I was like,
why not try?
Why not try and give it a shot? And the guy, he told me, Charles, I have a friend of mine. And if I tell him to employ you, he will employ you. Do you like it? Okay, I told him, yes, let's go this.
Wow.
And at that time, I don't have a passport.
Oh, yes. So you have to start from somewhere.
So I have to start from somewhere.
Yeah.
Then I was, okay, I told him, okay, I don't have a passport. I have to have a passport. Then he was like, okay, I give you time. Just go, look for a passport. When you get it, send
Let
to me.
me know.
And you'll be employed.
See, guys, just be kind to someone because you never know. That person could be your destiny connector.
Correct. So after some time, then that time I did not have money for a passport or anything. Then I happened to get one more job. I went to Mountain and I got some money to go and apply for passport.
Yeah.
Then there was my auntie who helped me for that. And I got my passport, I think, the soonest anyone can get it. And I sent to the HR of the company who had approached me as well.
Wow.
Because he wrote me an email, hi Charles, we got your CV from so and so who came to visit Kenya, and we have this position for you as a security.
Wow.
I got a employment visa as a security.
From the mountains.
Yes.
And here you are, you have a job now. Security. Yes. Had you been taught by anyone to do security? Because you know it's different from what we know.
Let me tell you, I did not know anything to be a security in my life.
Yeah.
I only used to see the Securico in Kenya. That time the 4GS. They used to be called G4S. They used to be called Securico. Yeah. You know that. So I was thinking, how could I just go and stand with a club and guarding somebody's properties? This is not my thing.
Yeah.
Then I was like, again, I don't have my job myself, so I have to take it. Then I got the visa, but unfortunately the company was not providing the air ticket. And they was like, Charles, now we give you employment visa, you have to find your way to be here.
Wow.
Well, I didn't come from a very well-up family, so I didn't have that money there. So I was like, how do I get this money? I have the visa, but I don't have a ticket. One thing I can say, I normally appreciate the friends I was having in Armoro.
Yeah.
Because these people just
gathered up and
I was like, how do you have a visa and you cannot travel? We have been here and we have been celebrating with you, we have been partying with you. How can this happen?
Yeah.
Then one day they just told me, we have to do this one. Just call your friends. We are going to come. Let me tell you, in a span of 20 minutes, 100,000 was already sent by through M-Pesa.
Who are your friends?
For my ticket.
Who are your friends? Hey, can you call on your friends?
Well, I got a lot of friends in Kenya.
Wow, that's good. Do you still keep in touch?
Yes, we keep in touch. They stood with me, and I normally appreciate them so much.
And here you are, bold. Because what you've told us what you do is not what you are doing, Securico and all that. Now, tell us, how was your transition? How was your landing here?
So, okay, when I landed here, I went and started becoming the security in that company. I stayed security in that company for 6 months. But in the 6 months I was a security, I came to know the owner of the company is the father of the guy.
The guy that you are assisting in the mountains?
Yes.
What?
And one time he called me in the office. He told me, Charles, I want to know, what did you do to my son? Because every morning he was calling me. He used to come and wake me up. Hey, Dad, I want Charles here. What did you do?
Wow.
I was like, I did nothing. I just treated him as my small brother, just from another mother.
Yeah.
And he was like, Charles, anytime you want anything, come to me.
Wow. You became one of their sons already.
Yes. So what I did one day, I was sitting in my security cabin. I was like, this is not what I came to do.
Yeah.
I decided to call him. But for me to gather that courage, there was one of my friends who was a project manager. His name was Clayton. And he was a New Zealand guy. He was a best friend. He was a project manager, but I was a security, but he took me like his brother. And he was like, okay, man, go for it. If you want to talk to the director, talk to him. But there's also a risk. Then I was like, I want to take this risk. I want to talk to him. But I talked to, because you know, in the security room, you can access everyone. I called him and I was like, hello, sir, this is Charles. I want to speak with you. I have to have your audience. He told me, Charles, you are welcome in my office anytime. When do you want to come? And because I was outside, I was guarding his property, I had to be nice. I told him, sir, I'm the only one here right now. Maybe if I find somebody else, I will schedule a meeting with you. And he was like, no, come now.
What?
Just leave it and come now.
That is the director you're talking to?
Yes.
Wow.
He told me, come now. Then I was like, yes. He told me, tell me. You know, when I went to that office, I was shaking. I was like, this man will terminate me now. why am I putting myself in
this situation? Just stay where you are.
Yeah, and then
the voices of discouragement.
Yes. And then he was like, tell me now, Charles. I told him, sir, when I came from Kenya, I was doing this and this before I started mountain. And I feel whatever I'm doing right now, I'm not doing enough. If I can be given a chance, I can be able to be more productive in company, I maybe help somewhere.
Wow.
He looked at me and he told me, Charles, go inside my company, look at what you want to do, and come and tell me.
Goosebumps all over. What?
Yes. Then I was like, thanks God, I don't know. I didn't know what to tell him because it's a furniture company, it's an interior design company. There is a lot of work that, there is a lot of departments that is in that company. So I was like, now which department can I fit?
Guy, being told to select where you want to be fixed.
Yes, because there is carpentry, there is purchase, there is stores and all this. So I was like, there is for designers, but I don't know how to design. So I have to make sure like whatever I'm going to tell him is something that I can do. So the experience that I had from my grandfather ran back in my mind that, Charles, if you try purchase, you can do it. You have been bookshop. You have been in sales. So this is something you can do. Then I was like, I went back to him the next day. So I just check whatever I can do, and I found like I can be fitting in purchase department. Then he told me, told me to go to the HR and tell him this is what I want to do. And the next day, I was moved from security.
What? To the purchase?
To the purchase department directly.
What?
Yeah. Then in purchase department, I stayed there with a vigorous training, and then in 3 months' time, I moved from purchase. I went to the stores because this is a company that is having production. So for you to fit where you are supposed to do,
you have to know what is happening behind.
You have to know
everything.
Exactly what is happening. I went to the stores. So from the stores, I went to their paint shop where I was a paint coordinator, painting coordinator. Then from there, I moved again in the same company. I became the production controller.
Growth.
Yes.
Wow.
So I've been production controller in that company for the 7th year, for 7 years when I stayed in that company.
What?
Yes.
Tell us some of the few challenges that you actually faced there and how you overcame them.
Well, there is a lot of challenges because one thing, like now, when you go to any department, those people think like you want, like you are there to replace them. So there is that, the people, they feel like they dislike you. They don't want to teach you.
Yeah.
Like I remember in stores, one day I had done some mistakes, and then the guy from the store who was store in charge, he took me to the HR, and they were like
trying to show them that you don't know, you can't
you don't
do
know,
it.
he can't do it. Charles, he has done this mistake and all this. Then I was like, okay, I have done all this mistake. Did you tell me? Did you tell me I have mistake, that I made mistake, or just you brought this mistake on the table and show that I made mistake? Then the guy was not able to answer that question.
Of course.
Did you tell him he made mistake? I did not tell him, but he has been doing this mistake every day. Okay, have you been telling him he is making mistake? And he was not like, no. Then I was, go back to work, Charles. But from that, I knew like I have to know where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
So when I went to, and also there was something else like a language barrier. Because I speak English, and most of the people in the company, they speak Indian or maybe Arabic. So the difficult Actually, the difficult I had, or the challenges is when I am speaking to the Indians, when I give them instructions, do this or do that, then they'll do opposite. Then maybe when the problem will arise, then they'll be like, this guy, he's talking English, but for me, English malumne.
Yeah.
So I start.
So did you have to start learning their language?
I started learning their language, so that next time, you don't say English malumne. Okay, no. Yeah. I told you I spoke to you in English. Now I did not speak to you in English. I spoke in Hindi. So tell me now.
So you can actually speak Hindi?
I do.
What? Can you tell us something just like, so hi guys, so, anything in Hindi?
Like you just go kaisa hai.
Kaisa hai.
Kaisa hai.
Kaisa hai. Wow.
Yes.
I think this is something that you have to learn as well, especially if you're given that position where you have to work with people who are not speaking the same thing. So it's a plus for you to learn their language.
You have to learn their
For
language.
communication to be easier.
Because the communication barrier is what makes people not to grow here in Dubai.
Yeah.
So first thing you have to do, if you have to accept that you don't know that language, and you have to learn it. Yes.
Hey, then.
And also, I tried also, and I learned a little bit of Arabic as well. So for now, I normally speak a little bit of Hindi, and I speak a little bit
at least for
Arabic.
communication
For
purposes.
communication purposes.
Why?
Because where I work, I'm dealing with production.
Sure.
Yes, and in production, I deal with people who normally don't only speak English. And I have to, when I'm giving instruction, I have to make sure the people, they understand whatever I'm telling them.
Wow, you guys, you see mteremko tu, even if you are a high position, man, you really have to learn your way around to make sure that your work is also seen and is good. Sindio?
I got love. I got love. I got love.
Is this something that you were doing when you were back home? Cooking, making this? Ama, this is just a passion that you have?
Thanks for that question.
Yeah.
Before I started cooking in Iran, I used to do chicken. And kila mtu alikuwa tunaenda kwa bowl kukula chicken ya bowl.
What?
So when I go to kitchen, I know I do things happen.
Wow.
I feel like I'm in the long career.
Before we even get deep into the action for today, what do you do in Dubai?
Okay, well, I work in an interior design company.
Interior design. And this person has a passion in cooking. There's something about cooking. We really know, we need to know this. You just need to stay tuned and get to know this person who is interior design and is so good in the kitchen. Let's see, how is this marrying each other? Bolt, we can't wait to know more. Kuchelewa na kututengenezea hii kitu. Sijui tuende kitchen, alafu we can do the rest. So you guys please stay tuned and let's see how this motora goes down. Now this is Bolt in action.
Oh yes, this is me in action like
yes, yes. So we would love to know something about motora.
Okay, great.
But especially your motora. Ebu tuambie.
Okay, one thing I would like guys to know about the motoras I'm making here is that it's something that I'm taking all precautions, because you have to be very careful. This is something that is very sensitive.
Oh yeah.
Because this is something that is going to be partaken, and when it goes to human, it is consumed by human, it has to have the standards. Because one thing, if I don't observe all the standards, maybe your stomach, you'll be having some upset, which can be on me. So I have to be very careful.
You're very careful with
First
that.
is cleanliness, and when I'm going to the market, I have to buy the right things, the fresh commodities that I'm going to be using in the making of the motoras.
Great. So what are the preparations?
Okay, the preparation for the first day, I have to come from work, where I normally reach here at home around 6:30. I have to go to the market, in Sharjah market. This is where I go and purchase everything. So after purchasing, I have to come, throughout the night, I have to make all this preparation for it to be for you to eat the mutura that you normally eat on Sunday.
Yes.
Yes. Kutoka market you have to come. You have to kuosha because you have to make everything clean because unajua matumbo how it is.
Yes.
So you have to clean it and clean it kabisa na maji. So after cleaning, then you have to boil it.
Yes. One thing I know about myself, I have a passion of cooking. But this is not something I've been doing. I didn't do about muturas when I was back in Kenya. But when I go to kitchen, I'm that guy who do things to come up with something so that I can feel the taste of it. So about mutura, it came by I used to have parties in my house and I used to make it for my guys and everybody was happy. And like when the people are going to their homes, they were like, hey, Bolt, naiki tusianze kutuuzia.
Okay. No, that is back home.
No, here in Dubai.
Oh, here in Dubai.
Yes.
Oh, so you used to make this mutura when you have the parties just here?
Yes, here in Dubai.
Mesikia kwenye meanza?
So basically I started making it like 3 years ago, but this was not commercial. This was just for your friends. For my friends and for parties. This is what I used to do. But last year I thought of packing it and doing as a commercial food. So this is where I started.
Yeah. Wow. You guys, we do not want to take too much. I think we're going to be talking as the things are happening here, there, you know. So you also know the background of this motura because you guys, motura can be anything. But with this one, I'm also waiting to taste it and I'll tell you guys. You know when he says about the tastes, and I can tell you that is someone who values what they're making. See there? Na melt tu kwa mdomo and I can't wait to share this journey with you people. Have seen, like he loves what he's doing, and I have seen it's quite a big process. It's quite a big process. With your, how many days off do you get?
I get only 1 day off.
He gets 1 day off.
Yes.
And half of that day off he's making for you guys the mituras.
Yeah.
So ikikuja na your price, please just accept it. Mimi nimeona ile kazi and I'm like, hey, hapa sasa siwezi sema. So grateful because that is a delicacy that watu kaa, you miss that. Yeah. And you cannot just go into any street and find it, especially you cannot even go into the address hotel and ask for mutura. You cannot.
Actually we are hoping like in one of the fine days we are going to open ours somewhere down here, somewhere you are going to be passing.
We will be here to support that. You guys, please, if you're here in the UAE and you're out there, please let's support this biashara of mituras coming over to Dubai, because you know,
because even if you support this biashara, is that you are supporting your own people, and as well we are going to create employment as well.
Oh yeah,
because I cannot do it only myself.
Hey, your kazi yote. Well, that one it's not easy. So Bolt, just tell us something. What really drives you? Uko kazi, but you also have this other side hustle that you're doing.
Yeah. One thing I think I did not mention this before. I am a son of a single mother.
Okay.
And I was not born in a family that I had a privilege to get a lot of things. So even going to school sometime, it was a problem. I missed school fees. There is a time I remember I missed to go to school around 1 month. And it was very devastating for me because also when you don't go school for a long period,
you lose touch with the things happening. Children have already learned more.
So when I think about that and I think the journey that I took and the direction I have been taking, I think about my family. I need to put something like when my kids, I don't want them to have this trouble.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes it's not like the cash you get only from your salary can sustain you, because we have a lot of things that normally happening.
Oh, yes.
You have family
Oh, yes.
that they keep asking, you have to help them back home. So that normally drives me to work more harder, so that I don't want like my children when they grow up, they don't have school fees. They cannot go to school. So they don't have a home. Because when I think of that, where I grew and the problems that I have gone through, I normally think about of making something that my children, when they grow, they won't be facing what I faced. I want them, when they come to face the world, at least they have what we call it, somewhere to start. Like, because I'm their pillar. So when I'm their pillar, they have to have somewhere to step on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, the Bible says a wise man lives enough even to the fourth generation.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, sure.
So I think you're in the right course. A book keep on. Cindy.
So that keeps me going. And this motivates me too much.
Wow.
Yes, because I don't want, like, when I'm seated and I can see my children are not going to school because I don't have school fees. I remember sometimes I used to tell my mother, Mom, I want to go to school? And she was like, you know, I don't have money.
I don't have money.
I have paid all what I had. You need to eat. So
you don't want that to happen to your second generation. And it will not, because the work that you're putting into everything, I mean, God has a way of just repaying that. Yeah, so you guys, in this section, we have already introduced another segment, which is called the Would You Rather. Would you rather is just, I'm just going to ask you very quick fire questions, that is 5 questions, and say, what would you rather? You choose, you can explain, you may not explain, up to your own liking. And so the first question is, what would you rather? Would you rather lose your car keys, or would you rather lose your phone? Car keys. Okay, let's go to the... So, would you rather never be able to take a plane again, or would you rather not have internet access? What would you rather?
Pass.
No, you have to choose one.
I have to choose one.
Yeah. Okay, lose the internet or lose the flying part. Which one would you rather?
Is it a mandatory?
Yeah. And this one you have to. Which one would you rather?
Flying.
Okay, you'd rather lose the flying, yeah? Okay, would you rather be with annoying people at all times, or would you rather stay alone for the rest of your life?
It's better to be with annoying people.
You want to be annoyed? Hey, you would rather spend some time with annoying people than being alone?
Yes.
Okay, Chuck Bolt is a people's person. That is so clear. And we have another question, huh? Would you rather have a head size of a watermelon, or would you rather have a head size of a tennis ball? What would you rather?
A tennis ball is a little bit hard. And also the watermelon is a little bit... but one thing with the watermelon, when you open it, sometimes it's sweet.
You're thinking too much. What would you rather? Just say what you'd rather have.
That may be a watermelon.
Watermelon. Okay, and the last one. So would you rather lose all your money and your valuables, or would you rather lose the pictures you have taken over time? What would you rather lose?
Pictures.
You'd rather lose pictures?
Yes, please.
Okay. That is it for this segment. Right. Now, Chuck, you've been here for some time.
Yeah.
This is what you have learned. Able to talk to some young person out there who is looking at you, who probably just came to Dubai the other day and thinks, it's always been like this. There are things you have gone through and there are things that you have learned. Now, this is time for you to talk to your fans. Tell them something.
Those people, my fans, and those people who are coming to Dubai, the new guys who are coming to Dubai, this is not a walk in the park. Let me tell you one thing. You have to come prepared. And when you are prepared, you have to be prepared like you came here only to work. There is a lot of peer pressure that will come and you meet those people. When you meet those people, just be focused with what brought you here. Because for us, we have been in this journey. We have gone long, but we have rectified ourselves. So for me, I would not like the young generation or the young people who are coming to Dubai to fall in the same pit that I fall before. You know, I want you, when you come here, know what you are doing. When you meet with people who are taking you in another direction, please just tell them, I'm okay, I'm not moving to that direction. Just be focused. There is a lot of things in Dubai. When like you get a salary of 5,000, people will come and tell you, oh, now you can take a credit card, we can go and drink and you can do all these things. But remember, that credit card, when you drink it, you have to pay it.
Oh yeah.
And when you don't pay it, yeah, there is a repercussions of that one. You are going either to go to a police, you'll be jailed or something like that. And maybe some people will tell you, hey, don't pay it. And when you don't pay it, remember, you will not get any loan here again to Dubai. So it's up to you to make your decision. You go drink it, and tomorrow is up to you.
Wow,
Yeah.
you guys, you've heard Chuck Bolt mwenyewe ametuambia. You've heard his story. Please, guys, let's support this guy. Where can we find you?
Where to find me? I'm in Sharjah Al Nada, a building called Manazil Tower 4. That's where you can find me, and you just need to order Motura before.
By the way,
Yes.
this is part you need to tell us. What is the process of acquiring the Motura?
The process of acquiring Motura, first you have to order. You order between Friday and Saturday. And after Saturday, the ordering is closed.
Utapata Motura.
Hawezi pata Motura. Because wale watu wameorder.
Those are the people who get.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So we can find you through Facebook.
I'm going by the name Chuck Bolt. When you go to Instagram, I'm going with the same name as well.
Chuck Bolt. Wase, let's keep ordering. Thank Chuck has told us, stay focused. Focus. You got focus. If you focus, you'll be well. What brought you here is what you need to focus on. Sawa sawa. So you guys, if you have not subscribed, tafadhali take this time, bonyeza hapo kidude, and please support this channel so that we grow. Share it with other people so we can reach to other people. This is just all about inspirational and motivation to people who have come this way and seeing what things are happening here and in the real life. Unaona, people have grown, people are making steps, and this could also be you. Okay, so we are just here to motivate and encourage you and tell you, you know what, it is possible if you focus. Stay tuned and stay blessed. Kwaheri.
You made my day. You made my day. Oh, day. You made my day. You made my day.